Yes, it's a classic. Welcome back, Home Wizards. Here's Cindy Dole, and we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. I can't believe it's coming up in just a matter of days. Are you ready? Well, we're getting you ready because we have Marty Van Ness, who's with the Butterball Hotline, and in fact, she's manning the phones right there. Where are you guys located there, Marty?
Cindy, we're located in Naperville, Illinois, which is a western suburb of Chicago.
I should have known. I could hear a little Chicago in you there. Love Chicago. And so we can call you, and we should tell everybody that the hotline number, what is it? It's 800-BUTTERBALL, right?
1-800-BUTTERBALL. That converts to 1-800-288-8372.
That's fun. Okay. And there's the website, too, butterball.com. You got all kinds of recipes and solutions. It's all there. But about the gravy.
Yeah.
Now, before you tell us about the perfect gravy, is it possible to have the sense, the flavor of the drippings if you were to, let's say, go to some deli to save time and have a pre-done cooked turkey like some families like to do?
Well, they may be able to sell you. They might have available gravy that they've made from the drippings from those turkeys, too.
Okay.
You might ask that when you order, a deli turkey. There are certainly different kinds of turkeys on the market. Turkey gravies on the market that you could purchase and maybe sample them ahead of time, see which one you like the best.
But nothing like those drippings. I just was thinking there's got to be some way to recreate that if you weren't able to do the whole bird.
I call the drippings the gold.
Yeah.
Protect the gold.
Yeah. So tell us, how do you do that real honey, that gold? How do you get it so it's not only lump-free, but it's flavorful?
Well, to get it flavorful, the open pan method that we recommend produces wonderful drippings that sort of caramelize on the bottom of the pan. And because the turkey is raised off the bottom of the pan with that roasting rack, that then gives you the juices at the bottom. Otherwise, if the turkey sits right on the bottom of the pan and there is no roast rack, the juices sort of reabsorb and make kind of a soggy bottom. And so you don't get as many drippings. So I always use the open pan method. That's my preferred. There are many other methods, too, to use, and you will get drippings from that. But these tend to have more of a roasted flavor. And so those drippings in the bottom of the pan, you want to pour them off. And once you take the turkey out of the pan and the rack out, pour them out into some type of a separator or glass heat-proof measuring cup. And after you pour those drippings into a measuring cup, you will see that there will be a separation. At the very top, there will be maybe a half an inch or an inch high of kind of a clear liquid, and that is the fat. That is the turkey fat. At the bottom are the juices and all the drippings, and they will most likely be nice and dark. And so you need to have some fat, and you need to use all the drippings. But for a basic gravy recipe, and then I'm going to talk about a little extra if we have time, that things I put in the gravy. To make 4 cups of gravy, you want to use 1/4 a cup of the fat. That's the light stuff at the top of the measuring cup. And let those drippings cool for a couple of minutes after you pour them, because they'll be very hot and they'll kind of settle. They have to settle to separate. So you need 1/4 cup fat, and you put that fat into a saucepan, probably a 2-3-quart saucepan, because you're going to make 4 cups of gravy. If you have a really big turkey and you have a lot of drippings, you can certainly double this recipe. So you have a 1/4 cup of fat, and to that fat, on a low or medium-low temperature, you stir in a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. That's going to be your thickener. So you're going to cook your fat and flour together, and that's called a roux. So this roux is the thickener that we need for the drippings that we're going to add next. Now, you take the rest of the fat off that measuring cup of drippings and make sure somebody is stirring or you don't burn the roux with the fat and flour, but you need a total amount of drippings to measure 4 cups of liquid. Now, so take the rest of the fat off the top and set it aside. You may want to make more gravy later.
Okay, we have about a minute, so hurry, get it all in there.
4 cups of liquid. If you only have 3 cups of dripping, you add 1 cup of chicken broth, and you gradually stir that into the roux and cook it, bring it to a boil, cook it for about 5 minutes, perfect gravy, taste it for any kind of seasonings.
And that's it?
And that's it.
And do you use a whisk?
I use a wire whisk.
Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah.
And then do you have a special additive that you ever consider, like maybe some sherry or port or other things to give it?
No, but what I like to do is when I'm roasting the turkey, I'll put some carrot, celery, and onion in the bottom of the pan, and then I take those carrots out and mash them up and stir them in the gravy, and then I usually put the neck in the bottom of the roasting pan and roast the neck, and I pull shreds of meat off of the neck and put that into the gravy. So my gravy is kind of and a little carrot.
We're coming to your house for gravy. And then final question, how long can the turkey, after it's all said and done, after Thanksgiving, how long can we keep it in the fridge and still know it's going to be safe?
Days.
How many?
couple of days.
Couple days.
2 days. And then wrap it up tightly. Always carve all the meat off the bone and store it in the refrigerator in small packages. Whatever you don't eat in the next 2 days, wrap it in one more time, put it in the freezer. Great leftovers.
We always would put a wet towel over the bird for the, yeah?
For
in the fridge, like just until we got around to cutting the whole thing up, like for the next day.
Well, we find that it really does help preserve the integrity of the meat to cut it off the bone.
Okay.
To cut the legs off and the thighs off. If they're really big thighs, cut them into a couple of pieces just to separate so it cools down quickly.
All right.
You certainly could put a damp paper towel over something before you.
A cloth towel. I mean, like a dish towel. Yeah.
Yeah, a dish towel, or you could put some little chicken broth on it to moist.
Well, I think a lot of people will want to just give you a call and have you hold our hand to get through the holidays to come. So, Marty Van Ness, thanks so much. And everyone, the phone number is 800-BUTTERBALL, or you can also check out all the great recipes and side dishes and tips at butterball.com. And happy Thanksgiving to you, Marty.
Thanksgiving to you, Cindy.
Okay. You got it. We'll talk to you again soon. We're going to take a little traffic breaky poo, and then coming up next, we're going to get some great ideas for a decor for Thanksgiving, because it's not just about the bird. It's also about making that table just look lush and fun and festive. You got it here at Home Wizards. I'm Cindy Dole. We're back right after this.